Very common for a mother or father to take a career break in order to raise the kids, but when it's time to transition back into the workforce, employers may express concerns about a resume gap or a potential loss of skills during that time.
Yeah, job hunting expert Aneri Desai says you're likely underestimating the talent you can bring to a new role because of your parenting experience. She's joining us now with some tips for I guess a mom or a dad resume makeover. Thanks so much for being here.
So excited to be here again.
All right, so what are some of the ways to prepare for the transition back to work?
Absolutely. I think, we hear it so many times that being a stay-at-home parent is a full-time job. And I think it's about time we treat it like one on our resume. So I would say to start with, there are so many challenges that we go through when we are returning to work, like a mindset challenge, like who will hire me? I'm not good enough. I will be competing with people who are just graduating from school. So mindset challenges and also skill set gaps is what we are looking at to begin with. So my recommendation for anybody who is returning to work is understand what your target audience, your employers are looking for, and then connect the dots with your everyday tasks that you accomplish as a stay-at-home parent. I want everybody to create a brag sheet. What accomplishments you encountered, or what impact did you make in your child's fundraising, school fundraising event, or negotiating contract with a contractor for your kitchen remodel. So create your brag sheet, and also keep an eye on returnship program or return to work programs. So many Fortune 500 companies have this program, especially for people with a career break or primary caregiver returning to work. So that's my absolute favorite. Last week, one of my clients actually got a job after 7 years of career break, and trust me, that's like six-figure job. So that program really works. So I want everybody to keep an eye on that.
Well, so, it's really important, and we're talking about this resume gap holding you back, but there are some ways you can really use it to your advantage. You talked about a few of them. Is there anything else that people should be aware of when they're sitting down to rewrite that resume?
Absolutely. So last thing we want is a job back in 2015 and nothing else on the resume. That screams career break. And career break is okay, but I think you did a lot of things as a stay-at-home parent that you need to write it in bullet points. So my go-to strategy is call yourself a house manager. And then talk about any budgeting, monthly budget that you created and monitored and adjusted, and how much money did you save by doing that, or kitchen remodeling projects, or project coordination for your kids' school competition. So think about transferable skills that you gained being a stay-at-home parent, and talk about it on your resume. You can also talk about any family vacations you planned. How much money did you save? How much research did you do? All these things you can talk about on your resume, and you can also do some side projects by talking to your friends and family. Hey, you need a website upgrade? I can do it for you. Hey, you need an Excel spreadsheet for your project planning? I can create it for you. So there's so many things you can do being a stay-at-home parent that can add on your resume.
I believe you have a before and after to show us of a resume. So explain the changes, the differences between the two.
Absolutely, yes. So think about somebody coming back to workforce after 6 years, right? Their resume will have their last job listed on the resume that screams, I'm out of work for 6 years, right? So my strategy would be creating a resume where you are listing yourself as a house manager on the resume itself. And then you are talking about 4 or 5 bullet points where you are talking about, I spearheaded kitchen remodeling project by partnering with 3 or 4 contractors and saved $10,000. I negotiated rates with the movers. I negotiated the down payment with my bank for my house purchase. So there are so many things you can talk about as a house manager and show up as a project manager on your resume.
So you don't see that gap is not glaring there. Aneri, thank you so much for joining us again. Nice to see you as always.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, for more career advice, you can connect with Aneri on her website or on social media. The info right there on your screen.